Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is your second stimulus check update, second stimulus package update, and news report for November 15th. Now we have a lot of news in regards to our second stimulus check and the current election. But first, be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the notifications bell, and let's get this video to 1,000 likes to show Congress that we need more stimulus checks. Remember that on this channel, I always provide you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check information, so be sure to subscribe. Now first, here's a clip from CNBC. It's an interview with Senator Ben Cardin on the state of stimulus. Let's hear what he has to say about it.
The impact on our economy is dramatic, and small businesses are really suffering. So we really need to get a major stimulus package passed. We did that in mid-March, and we need something as dramatic again to be passed by Congress. So for small businesses, yes, we need a second round of PPP, but we also need help for state and local governments. We need to make sure American families have the resources they need in order to participate in our economy. So we're going to try to get something done. It's been challenging, but I can tell you small businesses cannot survive a couple months without help.
Yeah, Senator, that would be my point too. I mean, there are so many who are in such need, whether it be small businesses, whether it be people who have lost their jobs because of this pandemic. You mentioned the states and the local municipalities that need help. But if you can't get help for all of them, are you going to say, forget it, we get help for no one? Because Mitch McConnell has made it pretty clear that he's not feeling anywhere near as generous as the original offers that had been coming from Mnuchin had been.
Well, we're going to work to get whatever we're going to try to get as much done as possible, but we're certainly willing to sit down and look at what is possible. I must tell you, I don't understand Mitch McConnell. The circumstances out there are desperate. Small businesses are not going to do well unless our economy recovers, unless we get the virus under control, unless small state and local governments can help them.
And that right there is what a Democratic senator from Maryland, Ben Cardin, said about the current state of stimulus. Now I want to know what you think. Should Congress put their political differences aside and give us our second stimulus check? And if so, how much should our next stimulus check be? $1,200 or $2,400? Leave your comments down below. Yahoo Finance reports that the two top Democrats in Congress are pushing for new aid. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer have renewed their call for more than $2 trillion stimulus package, including another batch of $1,200 stimulus checks for most Americans. Negotiators couldn't come to an agreement before the election, but things may be different this time. The article goes on to report that a survey from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics found that close to 60% of Americans used their first stimulus checks to pay for basic expenses, like groceries and utilities. Some also invested cash or found other unspecified purposes for the money. Those may have included buying affordable life insurance. Sales of life insurance policies have surged this year amid the pandemic. By the way, what did you do with your first stimulus check? Did you invest it, pay for bills? Leave your comments down below and tell me what you did with your first stimulus check, and what you will be doing with your second one. Many people have been hoping for months that they get a second payment. In a Franklin Templeton Gallup study released last week, Americans indicated that they spend more this holiday season if they received another $1,200 from the government. If a breakthrough can come quickly this month, and it includes new direct payments, money can start flowing to Americans as early as December. The first round of stimulus checks started going out only about 2.5 weeks after the president signed legislation in late March. But if our current negotiations on stimulus go nowhere again, a deal might have to wait for the new Congress and a new administration in January. And that means no stimulus checks before February. President-elect Joe Biden already supports a second round of direct payments to Americans. In addition, according to AS News, President Trump is still the president of the United States until January 20th, 2021. But he can still sign legislation that comes across his desk into law. In the same way, he can fire out questionable executive orders on trade, healthcare, and immigration before his term ends. So Trump can put his signature on a much-needed stimulus package. But do you think that President Trump will do that? Is President Trump willing to sign another stimulus package before the end of his term? AS News reports that Trump could still play a key role in stimulus relief packages. One major piece of legislation that needs to be passed before December 11th is a funding package to keep the government from shutting down. As it stands, Congress is still divided, as the Democrat-controlled House of Representatives, with Speaker Pelosi, continues to negotiate with the Senate and Mitch McConnell. It's worth noting that the upper chamber could change hands in January. That would either give the Democrats more power or the Republicans. And if the Democrats hold more power in Congress, that means most likely we'll get a second stimulus check and a bigger one. Pelosi has already hinted that she wants more than $2 trillion in an overall stimulus package. But Mitch McConnell wants nothing more than $500 billion spent on a skinny stimulus bill. Speaking to reporters on Thursday, McConnell threw cold water on any ambitious stimulus package getting passed in the current Senate, saying that with the economy picking up and improving, that they should focus on doing something highly targeted at what the residual problems are. Time and time again, McConnell is pushing for a smaller relief package. New York Daily News reports Rudy Giuliani goes on election tirade and claims results will be overturned. By the way, do you think that there's an election fraud going on in our country? Or is President Trump making up excuses as to why he lost the election? Leave your comments down below. Rudy Giuliani remained in the Twilight Zone on Sunday, claiming the presidential election would be overturned. He said, "We have proof that I can't disclose yet. This has to be examined beyond this election that I believe will be overturned." Giuliani, the Trump attorney, once hailed as America's mayor, repeated disproving claims that GOP observers were not allowed at vote counting efforts, and basically said Democratic strongholds, including Detroit and Philadelphia, were rife with election fraud. So who do you think actually won the election? President Trump or President-elect Joe Biden? Leave your comments down below. With that being said, that was all the news in regards to your second stimulus check. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the notifications bell, and let's get this video to 1,000 likes to show Congress that we need more stimulus checks. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a great day.